I bought a big baguette today at Farm Shop.
Oh, nice. I do know what a baguette is, Matt. You don't need to show Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of the Day Drinkers podcast. And today we're talking all about Pimm's, because after the Circle Lounge's 10th birthday episode last week, we delayed one of Todd's. I didn't know your name then.
Get my name right, man.
We hadn't introduced each other. That's why I forgot your name each week. No, but it's one of Todd's favourite summer cocktails. So we're going to be covering that today. But first, Todd, how are you?
I'm all good, mate. I feel really like I'm up for it today, for everything, life. I've woken up with a real, motivated. I'm starting on my healthy eating regime again. Been to Tesco, done a shop already because I needed to get some more Pimm's in. I think I'm going to go on a big walk later. I might go up Norland more again, I think.
Oh, nice.
Last Monday. And it's one of my favourite places in the world is Norland.
Do you walk up there or drive up there and then have a walk?
Drive up and then have a walk, yeah. I mean, it's obviously the other end of the valley to me.
And it's like that to get up it.
Yeah, and it is like that, yeah. I was going to say that hill up... I've got a friend who met me there last week. She was like, I always go through Sawley Bridge. And I was like, oh, no, they've got that big hill to drive up. But then I was like, man, you've got the big hill of Greenland to drive up as well if you go that way. So I don't know what I was on, really, but I was saying that. How was your swim yesterday, boys? I know you both went for a little socially isolated swim.
It was good. I'm not sure how much you can isolate when you're swimming, but it was good.
I thought we were quite well behaved, to be fair.
Yeah, I suppose so. We weren't like hugging each other, right? I suppose.
You kept your distance.
Yeah,
The pictures that I saw.
Yeah, it worked pretty well, to be fair.
The GoPro footage was really clear.
It did all right, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, really decent GoPro.
If anyone wants to see some wild swimming of us all jumping in from into like waterfall areas from high ground, then go and check out Matt's only video on his YouTube channel.
No, I've got a few more, but they're all private.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
On the cameras.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is Matty JB down from the Copper Cow. And as well as your hosts, Yah Boi WillE and Todd Wilson, Music Man. But yeah, before we fully get into it, a quick word from our sponsor, the Copper Cow Takeaway in friendly Halifax. They do a range of great food and drink, and then all you've got to do is you go onto the website, you go onto their takeaway, get a time slot, with it being Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and then you just order your food and or drinks, because they do cocktails as well, and then wait for it patiently and go and collect it. And then the best part is you can eat it afterwards.
Yep. And we've because it's Father's Day on Sunday, we are doing a Big Daddy Burger as well. So definitely check that out on our Instagram and Facebook, because it's massive. It's just this massive burger, and it comes with all sorts of different stuff, and you can have a beer and a glass with it as well. So it just makes a really nice kind of surprise meal, or just like a bit of a treat meal for your father. So or someone special. Yeah,
I saw the post for that. Was it this morning? I saw the post for that, or yesterday, and it looks ace.
It does.
Now I'm a big burger fan, and I love the Copper Cow burgers. And I'm in no way affiliated. I am just a customer there. But that one looks phenomenal. The picture went up. So for that little plug there, I do expect a free Father's Day burger.
Only if you refer to yourself, Todd, as the Big Daddy.
Oh, always. I did that before Father's Day. Burgers were a thing.
But yeah, so guys, are we ready to make some Pimm's?
Yes.
Yes. I'm actually joining in on this one.
Oh yeah. So I'll quickly go through what is in it. I've got my little screen sharing thing So over here we've got. So in your Pimm's cup, this is a Pimm's cup or a classic Pimm's cocktail, as it says, and it's 45 ml of Pimm's. We're going to just use 50 because we're in England and not America. A slice of orange, a slice of lemon, a slice of cucumber, two oranges, 2 sliced up strawberries, and then it says pretty much equal parts lemonade and ginger ale to top. So Todd, I know you have ginger ale and lemonade.
I do, but I've forgotten my citrus. Actually, I don't have any citrus fruit.
Oh,
that was silly of me, wasn't it?
It doesn't matter. We're all making different stuff today. I've got little.
Do you know what that is? Why I like it. When I was first taught to make these, when I was a little barback, when I was about 15, 16, I was told back then that it kind of, they're probably just saying that because they didn't always have stock in, but that it was a bit of the kind of, you can make it exactly how you want and with whatever you've got in and stuff. But yeah, so I'll have to leave my citrus out today. But I've got the lemonade, so the lemonade will give it that citrusy flavour.
Yeah,
just add a bit of lemon juice in, worst comes to the worst.
Oh yeah, you'll be fine with that. Oh, look at that. Go on, Matt.
There you go. Got me orange and me mint.
It's a shame we couldn't do one of those clever isolation videos where you threw it to me from Queensborough and I could have caught it.
Just go.
Can you imagine if that was all just a big setup for a camera trick? And
Well, yeah, no, it runs off and then appears in your front room.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Do you know what? Completely off piece, but when my gran passed away when I was at uni in my second year, and we were in the middle of studying different types of theatre and stuff, and my group were designated this theatre company called Folkbeard Fantasy to study, and their whole thing was doing like technological gaffes and stuff, and the day of the presentation was also the day of my grandma's funeral, so there was no way I was going to miss my grandma's funeral, but I had to be part of this presentation that was like the final thing. So my mate edited me into it, so they had like a conversation with me that we pre-recorded, and I was still part of the presentation, and we ended up getting first on it.
Oh,
because,
nice.
Because it was exactly our their style. So there you go.
Oh, wow.
That's
good.
It was just completely meant to be. So we'll have to put some Folkbeard Fantasy gaffs into the podcast, throwing oranges at each other. And
I mean, mine's already chopped up. So I'm all prepped. I've got all my fruit is prepped. But
come on, lad! It's Monday morning in the middle of lockdown, and I've been to Tesco already. Like I tried.
So you get your Pimm's. There you go. That's your opening sound there. We've all got our bit of Pimm's. Put 50 ml in there, or are we just making cups at the moment, or just? Oh, Todd, you're making a jug. So do you reckon you'd maybe?
I can make a cup. I can make a cup.
No, you make a jug, so it's different to ours. So you'll probably want to times this by 4, I think.
Oh, so about 200.
Yeah.
A nice summery t-shirt today as well.
I have repping Circle Lounge every single day. So yeah, 50 ml of Pimm's going in.
Have you got your ice?
I'm just pouring straight into the glass over ice. Yeah.
Can we just have a little? Oh, that bouquet, beautiful. The smell of Pimm's is amazing.
I've just no idea. I've never known what Pimm's is, and I've seen a few links, so I've got a little inkling now, but I had absolutely not a clue what Pimm's is up until this point, and because it's just like a brown liquid.
That's definitely more than 50 ml, so I might make 2 later on. That's about
right. All I know of Pimm's is that it's gin based. The number one that we're using is gin based.
Yeah, that's all I know of it as well.
I think number 3 is brandy based, I think, but I can't remember off the top of my head what number. One of them is brandy based. Well, it's like been discontinued, I think.
And then what are you doing?
So I'm putting the mint and the strawberries in, so bugging them in there.
Mint your garnish as well, so leave a little bit for garnish.
Oh, don't complicate things.
Oh, that's what it said on your thing. Did you not read it?
No, I didn't read it. I'm too busy.
Oh, do you know what? I didn't clap my mint. Was I supposed to clap it?
Oh yeah, I should have as well.
We're gonna stick around with it, so it'll be right.
I haven't even pre-hulled my strawberries either.
Hold them.
Yeah, well, you take the centre out.
Don't bother with that.
You could. I think you could argue that you could just keep the stalks on as well.
Yeah, I never did. Right, what we're doing now? I'm squeezing some lemon in.
Get some orange. I've got a slice of orange, but I've also, because I like citrus things, I'm gonna actually squeeze half an orange in as well and get some fresh juice in there. Oh my god, it's just gone all over me.
I've squeezed my lemon in.
This is why this is why white t-shirts are great. Yeah, my lemon's going in now after my orange.
I don't have any lemon, but I have just put a squirt of lemon juice in there just to give it that zing.
This lemons that I've got is very zesty. We did a sling on the top of Scarfell Pike, and the zest was just flying everywhere.
That's another great video that's on the Circle Lounge page. I saw that.
Thanks, boys.
We've got some videos.
Some great little views on it.
And then last but not least, you get your cucumber.
I ain't got any cucumber. I threw it away.
Why did you do that?
Nobody eats it in our house.
And then you want to top up with equal parts lemonade and ginger ale, or one of either if you want. I've just got lemonade because I've got both. So I'll go with both. And it's nice and chilled.
Oh, I'm pissing it everywhere. Oh,
they're all looking good. Matt, yours is looking really good.
I'm keeping mine off air yet.
I'm using the mint sprig as a spoon.
Oh, Todd, you're going for the big reveal at the end, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going for a double pour now as well with ginger ale and lemonade, just to feel like a true circle. To feel like a true Circle Lounge G.
One in each hand.
I'm going slightly more lemonade though. Oh, it's fizzy.
That's right.
Oh, look at that. Oh, shit.
And I've got it, I thought I'd go a bit thrifty, and I've got it in like a jar with a lid on and a metal straw as well. And they're all the goodness is in there now. Matt, what kind of glass have you gone for? Nice tall one.
Me?
Yeah. Hey.
A nice tall one, yeah.
And I can actually stuff them in the straw hole as well. So there you go. Just so it looks like there's something growing out of my drink now.
I like this because you can like poke your strawberries around and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just having a little stir now with my wooden spoon.
Oh, I've just had a taste. It's tasting good.
So I'm going to show you the jar. So the ginger ale gives it a hell of a froth.
It does,
it's like a pint, is that?
It does. Do you want a flake with it?
That is on the top lines that you ever hear from a regular.
Yeah.
You're not a bartender until you've heard that line.
Oh, do you want a flake?
Top it up. Top it up.
Top it up.
Like a mil under. Top it up.
And there you go. Let's. Shall we all hold up our Pimms and our cocktails?
Yeah, I'm just going to put a bit of fruit in 1 second.
And then we can get our thumbnail in as well. It's like editing on the job.
Oh, do you know what, mate? This has actually worked out all right for all that froth.
We'll have to wait for Todd.
Yeah,
but yeah, these look ace.
I'm going for proper garnish here.
Oh yeah, what are you doing?
Gonna put a little strawberry on the side, aren't I?
Oh, very nice.
I ain't got a straw though. There we go.
Right, everyone make a big smiles. There you go. How are they tasting? Cheers now.
Cheers now.
Oh yeah. Mm.
It's all right, but I haven't put any ice in it.
Oh, have you not got any ice?
No, I've got some. I just got to put it in. I was so busy getting my measures right.
It's all right. Because it's an easy cocktail. It's easily fixable because you don't need to shake it or anything. You just bung it all in, and it's already made. Then it is the beauty.
Oh, do you know what? That froth actually stopped me over pouring the lemonade and the ginger ale. Actually, so I would have added more, but it doesn't need any more in it. Yeah, that's beautiful. Is that?
And now you've got room for your ice now when you put it in.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm glad we've done that today. That's beautiful.
That's so good. And they just look ace, don't they? Like they look like
they are a really aesthetically pleasing cocktail. But I think the reason why it's become one of my favourites over time is because I remember Mum and Dad having them and stuff. And I think it's one of those that you can just make at home. You know, it doesn't require flair to make it. You know, I mean, I get nervous about shaking cocktails and stuff. So all it literally requires is a jug. You can stir it up, but like you boys have shown, you can do it in the glass. And
well, I think like it's really good as well. These Pimm's because you just want to because it's so easily drinkable. You just want to you want to do what you've done, Todd, and just make a big batch of it on a nice summer's day, and then you just bang it in your fridge, and you just keep topping yourself up.
Saying that, I'll do a bit of advertising. I bought this at Tesco this morning, and it'll do too. So perfect for couples because I've just made it in that with the measurements. But I have done 4 times the measurements as well, roughly.
Yeah.
Rough measuring. So
2
of you can get very drunk very quickly, but drink responsibly.
So fresh. And I tell you what, I bet this isn't actually that unhealthy for you.
This is one of your 5 a day.
Well,
it does have 5 things in it.
I've used diet sodas, so yeah, it probably is.
Nice.
Relatively healthy.
What was I going to say?
Because from my reading, Pimm's is just gin and herbs, so
right.
I don't think there'll be many calories extra in that. It's not like I don't think there'll be loads of sugars in there.
I wonder if it's just like gin and bitters, like a classic pink gin almost.
Well, I was gonna run you a little test. Do you know what sort of establishment it started in? The guy that created it.
Oh.
Have you read this? It was in London. It was in London near the Thames. That's the clue I'll give you.
Like a gin palace almost.
No, actually.
No, that might be a bit.
I think more to do with your food side of things.
I'm gonna say like a market food stall or something.
Yeah, sort of like an oyster bar.
Wow.
So he started serving it. It was like a secret mixture, and it was like a tonic back then. So I don't know if it was to kind of accompany the clams and oysters that he was selling, or maybe as like an aid to digestion. I'd probably think with it being like a brown liquor. That's how a lot of them started, isn't it?
Mm.
So yeah, probably to ease digestion after. I'm going to turn my sound off on my phone. Never get messages, and then all of a sudden get a load. But yeah, so there's 4 events. I mean, it's quite a posh drink. I've always classed it as quite a posh drink. I always feel really regal when I'm drinking it. So there's 4 events that it famously accompanies. Do you know those 4 events?
I bet it's like the last night of the opera. What is it called?
Last night of the proms, you're thinking. I would associate it with that. I'll give you a point. It's actually the Glyndebourne Opera Festival, which is a huge posh opera event that happens down south every year.
Right.
3 more then.
Wimbledon.
I'd say that's probably the hardest one, actually.
Wimbledon.
Yes. Wimbledon is a definite. Hence the strawberries, of course.
Yeah.
The strawberries being the fruit of Wimbledon, but then I've got another question related to that afterwards as well for you.
So
I'm thinking some like golf tournament, maybe.
Not golf, no. It does famously get drunk at the polo a lot, I've read. Another posh event that we've all had, but that's not one of the 4. There's 2 more. There's one.
Oh, the races, the Grand National.
No, there's one to do with boats and one to do with your back garden.
The rowing, the university rowing.
Or the other one, the Henley Royal Regatta, which is where they all show off their yachts, isn't it, and their fancy boats that they've got.
Oh.
And then the other one is the Chelsea Flower Show.
Oh, yeah.
It's the drink there. So all quite posh events that us little Yorkshire boys would never experience. Never be lucky enough to experience.
It's right strange, is that? Because like as a bartender, Pimm's is like it's like in the echelons of like poshness and high class. It's like in my eyes way down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Just because it's so simple and like everyone and your grandma's had it.
Yeah, exactly.
I can make it.
Go on. I know you'll know this already, but if you were swap out the soda for champagne, what would you call it?
Oh, I don't know. Royal Pimms?
Royal. Yeah. I heard you guys say it on another thing recently. It might have been the slings that you made or something.
Matt's got mint going up his nose. Every time he drinks, it's going right up his nose.
There's worse things to end up your nose, isn't there? In all fairness. Yeah. So obviously, yeah, I was saying about strawberries and Wimbledon. Completely unrelated to Pimm's, though. Do you know what fruit is on top of the men's trophy at Wimbledon?
Oranges.
No, when somebody asked me that, I would have said strawberries straight away. Apparently, it's a pineapple.
Wow.
That was on one of my quizzes the other week, and I was like, hey. And somebody just knew it like that, so it must be true.
I didn't know there was fruit on any. Yeah, someone knew it just like that. Google.
Google. We won't talk about Google.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought there was a fruit on any like trophy.
You mean like engraved on it, or like as part of the actual metal?
Not a real piece of fruit. I think it's like an engraved. I'll try and get a picture of it.
Yeah, you've got this lovely trophy, and someone just put like just a pineapple on top of it.
Like a pineapple ring as well, out of a can.
Yeah,
out of a can.
Except it's been sat there all day.
Yeah.
And all
as well.
All flies are going around it.
Well, funnily enough, when I've searched for Wimbledon trophy, the suggested search was for fruit afterwards as well. So it's obviously a question that people have asked.
It's obviously a question people have Googled because they've been asked it.
Yeah. Right, send a picture and then I'm going to have to screen share it. Yeah, there we go. So, am I able to screen share?
Yeah.
So how do I do it? Screen.
And then share.
So can you see my screen now?
No.
Oh.
You've gone off.
That's weird.
Hang on, I can try and get it up on mine instead. Sorry, we're looking for the
Wimbledon. Just search Wimbledon trophy and it comes up. There's pictures straight away when it comes up. This is what happens when I go off piece from what we're actually talking about.
Oh yeah, there is.
Funnily enough, I'm eating some pineapple at the moment.
And there's even one that like highlights the fact that it's got a pineapple on it. Right, I'll show you now.
Wow.
So, as you can see here. Oh no, what's it doing now?
Here we go. Oh, that's the picture I was trying to get up with Andy Murray. Lifted it.
Why is there a pineapple on the Wimbledon trophy?
I don't know. Somebody needs to write in and tell us.
There you go. So Andy Murray with a gold trophy with a pineapple on it.
It looks photoshopped on, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Doesn't look real. Maybe it's just a big conspiracy.
Makes no sense.
Yes,
so I'm gonna have
loving it.
Nice.
But I can have a look now at what actually.
Oh, I've got it. I've got the answer.
Oh, go on. Yeah, sorry. Go on. Yeah.
Apparently, in the 17th century, pineapples were impossible to grow in the UK, and they had to be imported. So being presented with one at a feast was seen as a compliment. So I'm guessing that the winners were maybe presented with a pineapple as part of their prize.
Oh, that's so weird because, like in America, you gift people pineapples. It's like an old thing, but like you can gift people pineapples.
Wow. And the 17th century as well is when people started moving across to America as well. So could be linked from the same background sort of thing. That's so interesting. There you go. Anyway, enough about Wimbledon. It's not a tennis podcast.
I have found some Pimm's related Wimbledon facts.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, go on. Yeah.
I'm the fact man. So this way in 2018, Wimbledon fans are expected to drink a staggering 320,000 glasses of Pimm's 29,000 bottles of champagne, and what was that one? And eat 34,000 kilos of strawberries.
Wow.
Wow.
So in my little tub that I bought this morning, there's 400 grams there of strawberries.
Yeah.
And what was that there? 30 what?
It's a bit more than that, Todd.
34,000 kilos.
34,000. So you say 2 of those is a kilo. So 34,000 of those.
Yeah, you still need more than just 2.
2.5 of those then. 2.5 of those. All right, mate.
No, more than 2.5. Keep going. You need about a few 100,000.
No, I said 34,000 of 2.5 of those. Indeed. Shut up, man.
In 2017, it was £8.50 a glass.
Wow. That's a good markup.
I've just bought my bottle for £12, guys, at Tesco. So get yourselves out there and make it for yourself.
£12 or $11.99?
£12.
Oh, see, you got ripped off because look at mine. $11.99.
Where is it there? £12.
Well, I tell you what.
A litre.
Well, you can see that I bought a rabbit bag as well. I bought a bag that had Peter Rabbit on it. Carry me shopping home in.
Is it a litre bottle or just a 70 cent litre?
Litre.
Oh, there you go.
Mine's only 70 cl. So you win.
Litre for £12.
That's
Drink
good.
responsibly, guys.
It's really good.
I mean, strawberries were 2 for £3 as well.
So for a litre, you could make 50 Pimm's cups, right? And then sell them for £8.50 each.
Outside your local tennis court.
It is.
And then there was
Bob's on centre court today.
There were a Guinness World Record in 2014. Weatherspoons served the most pictures of Summer Punch sold in 24 hours in multiple venues, and it served a total of 1,343 pictures of Pimm's in mid-August to achieve the world record.
That's ridiculous.
What? I wonder if you can find Matt. Right, your job now is if you can find a picture of that big picture.
It's really interesting that it's a Guinness World Record as well, because when I was doing my research, I found that in the 80s, Guinness actually took over the ownership of the company that owns Pimm's.
Is that right?
Yeah, and then Guinness has now been taken over by, I can't remember the names of the group now.
Yeah,
that's the one. That's the one. So they actually own Pimm's. So I'm not surprised it's got world records coming out of its backside.
Diageo owns a lot. They had I think it was in the 90s. They had acquisitions of like a lot of like your home brand companies like Gordon, Smirnoff, and more like household names. But yeah, I've got. Let's have a little look at. I think I can get a bit of the history of the actual Pimm's cup.
Nice.
Or the fruit cup. Well, actually, Todd, before I do this, though, have you got any more quiz questions?
I've got one more, but I will ask it after you do this because it links in something else I believe we're going to do later on.
Right, yeah, I know exactly what it is. which makes it pointless it being a quiz question, but...
No, I'm going to test Matt. I know you know what it is, but Matt might not know.
Oh, yeah, true. So I've gone onto the Pimm's official website, and this is Pimm's number one that we all use. It says the original Pimm's number one cup is a gin-based spirit with a fruity flavour with a secret recipe infusing gin with a combination of herbal botanicals, caramelised orange, and warm spices. It was originally blended by James Pimm as an aid to digesting oysters, as you said, Todd, in 1840. Pimm's went on to be sent to soldiers at the edges of the empire, be served at the Queen Victoria's lunches, and ended up making its debut at Wimbledon in 1971. And then it goes on to say that Pimm's is still pride and place at Wimbledon.
It's interesting that it got sent to soldiers. I wonder if that's where some of the citrus stuff comes from, because a lot of things that have got citrus in is because like sailors and soldiers and stuff were drinking it to prevent scurvy and stuff, isn't it?
I have a feeling.
I might be barking up the wrong tree, but
I have a feeling that it might also be to do with the actual botanicals and the spices and stuff, because you had the whole kind of gin and tonic thing in India to stop malaria or help stop malaria and stuff like that as well. So it may have had something to do with that as well.
Is that what gin and tonic was for? Is it really? I didn't know that.
You had quinine rations, which were put into into water to make a tonic.
Tonic, yeah.
Well, a tonic was obviously like a healing kind of thing. And then you also had your rations of gin, which was full of juniper, and juniper also is said to over the years has been wildly thought to be like miracle healing. It wasn't miracle healing. It's just juniper are good for you. But yeah, I think I'm probably brushing over a lot of history there. But gin and tonic was used in India.
Wow.
To help malaria.
Never knew that.
But then you could also get quinine poisoning from the tonic. So.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
If you overindulge, So originally they just used to eat quinine powder until J.J. Schweppes invented an actual tonic that had quinine in. So they just used to eat spoonfuls of this quinine powder, which is from a bark called the cinchona tree, and he used in his tonic to make it a little bit more palatable and not kill yourself with quinine poison.
Was that the J.J. Schweppes of Britvic tonics?
No, Schweppes.
Cast that little fishing line out there, So, Matt, do you know who was the face of Pimm's tonic in the early 2000s?
No.
I'll give you a clue. He's a famous quiz host these days on our TV.
I'd completely forgotten about it, to be fair.
Bradley Wiggins?
No, Bradley Walsh.
Whatever.
Who's? All right, I was going to say, who's that?
Hey, Bradley Wiggins is a cyclist, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
No, it's the other one. You're on the wrong channel. We're on Pointless. Mr. Alexander Armstrong.
All right.
And I think Will's got you've got some adverts that you lined up ready for.
I do. He was seemed to be like, well, you say he was a spokesman, but like some of the adverts are quite good, and some of them are a bit like, all right. So,
I think they tried to lean into the fact that it was like poshly marketed, wasn't it? So it was like, so I think he plays like quite a posh character, if I remember rightly. I think they were trying to like take the mickey out of themselves, but it didn't always come off. So
there's I do really enjoy Pimm's adverts. I've got a few lined up here because they are really good. They're all but some of them are a little bit hit and miss. So this is the first one I found.
Dated now as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are very dated. So there's probably some things that you wouldn't want to put on for fear of like PC kind of stuff. But this will have been.
Oh, that was a major hope.
Ahoy there!
This is where
deeper than Dan. Fantastic. Takes me back to my school days.
No, mate, we're road protesters.
Oh, good show. The roads around here are in a terrible state. Hang on. 3 of you, 1 of me. The Great British Summer. I make that Pimm's o'clock, don't you?
Right, we're going to get naked and chain ourselves to the tree. You coming, Harry?
Try and stop me.
And then he decakes himself. And it says anyone for Pimm's. But yeah, they were protesting a tree, and then. Wait,
I think Pimm's o'clock
is
one of the big ones, isn't it? Pimm's o'clock is one of the big marketing lines of alcohol.
Yeah.
I can't think of many others that are as big as that.
I think it's probably. I wonder whether it was an original idea as well, or because a lot of stuff is now like, oh, it's gin o'clock, oh, it's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
O'clock. So I wonder if it was Pimm's that actually started that.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
5 o'clock. It's Pimm's o'clock somewhere. So this is another advert called Streetwalkers.
That worries me slightly.
So Alexander Armstrong is also in this one, and basically the premise of these adverts seems to be that he finds a group of people on this, like just on his travels, and then goes, "Oh wait, there's a few of us. That means it's o'clock." But then, the joke I think is meant to be that they're people that you wouldn't really want to associate with, or don't normally associate with.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, darling. Looking for a good time?
Well, I'm having one. Hang on. 5 of you, 1 of me. I make that Pimm's o'clock. Don't you? Crikey, I see hot pants are back in. Oh, yes. So, you're all very smart. You off to a ball? No, we're working.
I'm very modern. What line are you in?
We work with the needy.
Well done, you. My mother does a lot of that.
Oh, look, your father's come to pick you up. How nice. Judge Thornley, I don't believe...
So the streetwalkers.
Oh my God!
If no one guessed, are like prostitutes. So Alexander Armstrong finds 4 prostitutes on the street corner, and then goes, "Oh wait, there's 5 of us. Let's have some Pimms." And then there's a few good jokes, and then a little risky stuff where it's like one of the prostitutes is actually a man. And then a judge comes and pulls up who's the pimp.
I see. This next one's the one that I'd seen. I quite like this one. But you see, I thought the first one you showed us, I thought they were leading into something clever, because in the first one he said, "Oh, there's 3 of you and 1 of me," and I thought they were leading into the makeup of the Pimm's cocktail, because on the back of my bottle it suggests 1 part Pimm's to 3 parts mixer.
There's not really much to go. For the first one, is a bit of falls a bit flat, I think, because there's not really like any.
Yeah, I thought they were going to lead into that, but
So
one of the other adverts that you showed leads into that. I've done it later on.
So this is the prison holiday camp with Alexander Armstrong, but the last one said that the Streetwalkers one was 2001, so they're probably 20 years old now, like close to.
Yeah, they are dated. This one's got one of my favourite actors in, a guy called Jeff Pierce, and you might recognise him. He's in everything. Whenever you need a Cockney hard man, he's in it.
All right,
he's in like the Kingsman films and Mike Bassett, England Manager, and Snatch, and all those sort of films.
Oh yeah.
Plays one character.
Hello. Where am I?
This is an holiday camp, pal.
Ah, Heidi-hi. You come here every year?
I never go anywhere else.
Wowza, you must love it.
We're doing porridge, mate.
Bit late for porridge. What about sausages? Hang on. 30 happy campers, 1 of me. I make that Pimm's o'clock, don't you? Don't worry, I'll save a couple of hot dogs for you lifeguards.
Ah, the manager. I'd like a sea view. Oh, and a paper in the morning, please.
Don't let me in! I'm innocent!
Yeah, that's a good one, is that?
Quite like that one. It's not up for offending anybody at all.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. The other one's definitely way outdated.
Yeah. Did you reckon? Don't mean Jeff Pierce. I don't mean it might be Jeff Bell actually. The guy that spoke at the start. Well, he's in also.
I just love the
Jeff Bell.
He digs into a prison camp and he says to the guy, you must love it if you come here every year. And they go, we don't go anywhere else.
Love a good little pun here and there.
And then he gets kicked out of the prison, but he loves it there. He wants to be there for the Pimms.
Oh, this looks like a classy one, does this?
Well, this is a 1980s advert that I found. And this one does look very classy. We've already got almost like champagne glasses, like cut glass, and it just looks like it's going to be Pimm's and lemonade. But
how small is that bottle, or how big are those glasses?
I think it's a big glass, big stem glass, which makes them even more expensive looking. But let's watch 1980s Pimm's advert. Oh, it's so 80s. drink styles through the
Pimm's,
decades as
lemonade,
possible.
ice and a slice. The drink that's long on style.
Ah, there you go. So it's been. They're saying that the drink's timeless because it's gone through all of the different eras.
Yeah.
And like I liked at the start, it changed all the glasses from like martini to like loads of different glasses. So yeah, and then even
it really, yeah, that one went all the way through the time. So that was good. I like that one. It really showed, and also it gave you the mixtures towards the end as well. That was a useful advert. Was that?
Pimm's lemonade, ice and a slice. Do you want ice and a slice? Ice and a slice.
So I've just been looking at different things and talking of ice. So I found this thing. It's a book called "Drinking Around the World," and it must be written by an American because it says, "In summertime, a popular British drink is Pimm's, a mixture developed by James Pimm's, owner of London Oyster Bar, blah blah blah." And then it goes into ounces. So a typical recipe for a cup is a tall glass filled with ice, slice of lemon, orange, cucumber of Pimm's, and finish with a splash of club soda. And then it says, keep in mind the English drink everything at a warmer temperature than the Americans are used to. So if you like ice, be sure to ask for lots of it. Otherwise, you will get a measly cube or two.
That's xenophobia at its finest, that.
But it's so true though. Like it's so true. Like Todd, you'll know this from just from working in like locals and stuff like that. Like you walk into a local, or if you're serving, they say, "Do you want some ice?" And they go, "Yeah," but only like this one. I don't want any really, but I feel like I should.
Do you know what it is though? Do you know what I find it is? It's because people don't want it to water down the drink.
Yeah,
it's not because they want a warmer drink.
But but by making that choice, they do want a warmer drink.
Whiskey rocks. That's where the future's at. Those whiskey rocks that you freeze that don't water your drink down.
That's why Matt has this big ice.
Cold ice. I love cold drinks and just lots of ice.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pimm's is like a proper British like thing, innit? And like they did. I sent you a link, Will, to get it up. It's they've done the world's largest deck chair to celebrate the.
Brilliant.
I've already got it.
The start of British summertime, and it's in Bournemouth. If it's on the link, if you want to get it up.
No, I've already got it. I found it. I'm way ahead here. But yeah, it sounds really cool. I haven't had a look at it yet though, so I'm excited to see the world's biggest deck chair.
Well,
they had a big deck chair at the Peace Hall in Halifax a year or two ago.
Is
it something
probably
similar?
Similar to that, yeah. But before we go on to that, I've got one last advert because it's the advert that I remember as Pimm's.
Yeah.
Like growing up, like it's the one. It's where they're all they're all really nicely dressed, all differently dressed, and they're walking through the street, and they've all got different names, as like cucumber, mint, orange, as all the ingredients, and they're like basically like getting them all together, getting the gang together. For the parties, in summer parties. There's the jug, the builder, ice. Lemonade is some rules getting girls. Cucumbers like a bohemian man. Orange is a trans person.
And the dog.
Strawberry's a red dog. Mint is a paratrooping guy. and then he checks his watch before he enters the garden party because it's Pimm's o'clock.
Look at how cool ice is there, man.
It is.
Just smooth. And I love that suit that Pimm's has got on. I might have to buy myself one of them.
What about Jug?
I am Jug, aren't I? That'd be me, wouldn't it?
Jug with his hard hat on and his...
There's no secret about it. We could probably cast the guys out of the group for the Big Willie's barbecue later in the year. We should all turn up as the Pimm's o'clock crew.
Yeah.
That could be the trailer for my next barbecue. We just reenact it all.
Do it. Can I come in on a parachute?
Yeah. Right.
Right.
So,
let's see this deck chair.
Big deck chair. So, aesthetics promote world's biggest deck chair for Pimms.
So, like I say, to launch the start of British summertime.
Oh my god, it needs a crane.
That is big.
Wow.
Wow, that's huge.
So, hang on, I want to... So the person is... Oh, they got a person carrying a deck chair on the bottom left there.
Yeah.
So the deck chair that they're carrying is about as big as them when it's folded. And this one here...
You can see those people sat on it. God.
I don't even... It's massive. It's just gigantic.
Well, look at the pier in the background. I know perspective and stuff, but...
I mean, it needs a crane for a start.
That's certainly bigger than the one they had at Peace Hall.
Yeah.
The echoes out those days of summer.
Oh yeah, like proper classic British women gear.
Taste of salt is in the air.
It's just massive.
A world of wonder. The golden after.
Yeah, that was absolutely massive.
It weighs 6 tons.
God.
We're so sad as a country, aren't we? It's like, oh yeah, well, summertime started. Get us big deck chair out. That's all we've got.
You can't say that on here.
Yeah. It's like we should be celebrating something more. Like, what's the best we can do? Get a giant deck chair.
Get the giant deck chairs in. It's summer.
Is that your second one? Get on.
What, sorry?
Get on it, Todd.
Is that your second one, Todd?
Yeah, I wasn't going to leave the jug to go bad, were I?
Is the did the jug just serve 2 or is it more?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, gone.
But they are quite nice highball glasses as well.
Yeah.
And I didn't put ice in, remember, the first time, so that takes a lot of your room.
Yeah, and it's because you didn't put ice in because us British like
warm drinks. The jug was filled to about there that wasn't foam, so you could probably get that 3 out of this jug.
Yeah.
No, absolutely banging was that. Spot on.
Yeah, really good. So Alexander Armstrong, I've actually sat next to him in Cafe Nero.
Whereabouts was this Cafe Nero? I'm guessing it wasn't Halifax.
No, it was London, Kensington.
Nice.
Or South Kensington, I can't remember. And yeah,
what were you doing down in South Kensington?
I was, rolling, having a holiday.
Made in Chelsea.
Yeah, so I walked into Cafe Nero, sat down, and then I mean he's got an unmistakable voice, which is exactly why I cast him. And yeah, he just sat down, kind of next to me. Well, not next to me. He was like we were like back to back.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know that guy.
You say hello to him?
No, I was too scared. I'm too scared.
Yeah, I never know how to behave in that situation. It's like, I want to say, hi, I really like you, I like the programme and stuff. But then they must get everybody message them all the time. Not message them, sorry, like talk to them all the time, asking for photos and stuff. But is that still number 1, Matt?
Nope.
No, is that number 2?
Number 2. Numero.
That's all right. Drink responsibly, guys.
And plus, now that I've got everything in my cup, I can literally just...
Yeah, remake. Yeah.
I can just top it up because my ice hasn't melted yet either. So I'm not, unlike British people, I'm not going to have like a really warm drink.
I'm actually adding more ice as we speak.
There you go. What is?
I like how people like if you're ever picking mint or making or prepping mint or all like that at Circle Lounge or at the restaurant, you'll get a piece out and people go, "Oh, mint," and they'll get a piece, right? They'll get a piece of mint and they'll go, "Oh, mint."
No.
Yep, no, they will.
Yeah, and then what you have to then do is just throw the mint away.
Oh God!
Great.
Why do people do that? What weirdos!
I had one woman once that went like, "Oh, is that mint?" And I was just picking it before I put it into the jar to store in the fridge. And she went, "Oh, is that mint?" And then just went and like just rubbed it like pretty much in her nose. Like, thanks. You can keep that mint if you like.
Yeah.
You can take that mint home, and please don't do it again. Trying to think, see if I've got anything else. Oh yeah, I was gonna go into a little bit more of the history. So fruit cups in general have like their own kind of history, I think, and then Pimm's probably capitalized on it when they're created. Because like, so summer fruit cups and Pimm's. It says they're just pre-mixed punch that you add lemonade to or ginger ale.
I love that bloom strawberry cup. I bought my ex-mother-in-law some of that for Christmas a couple of years ago. It's really nice, is that?
It just tastes like jam, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Oh, damn it. Oh no, I can't. I was gonna do a bit of a quiz because it tells you all the different numbers of the fruit cups. So number 1 is obviously gin.
Yeah.
And I was gonna see if you could guess what the numbers were, but they're just numbers. There's not really anything to go on, so I'm just gonna explain them.
I know. I think number 3's brandy.
Yep.
Yep.
There's
Do you know
another
any more?
one that I knew. I want to say number 4 might be. I think it's rum, but I might have got that wrong.
Yeah, you're right. Rum.
Nice.
I'm guessing there must be a whiskey one, so I'm going to guess whiskey number 2. Oh,
yeah, Scotch.
Oh, there we go. Can see them now. Well, I won't cheat now.
So 1 is gin, 2 is Scotch.
Vodka. Fruit cup number 7, tequila. That's interesting.
8 is mezcal, which is, as we learned last time, it's all mezcals are tequila, but not all tequila is mezcal. Or the other way, I can't remember anymore, damn it.
I'd love to try number 13. I love Calvados brandy.
Yeah, I bet that'd make a really good one. But the only thing is you'd have to make it like, it has to be like based, doesn't it? Like,
yeah.
But I suppose you don't need to. It's just that Pimm's is already a pre-made kind of thing. So yeah, 9 is Pisco, which is like, I think that's like grape skin spirit. 10 is Cachaça, which is like rum that's made out of sugarcane juice rather than molasses. Number 11 is Old Tom Gin, which is a sweeter style of gin than London Dry, which is that's quite cool that it's number 11 because it's like 1-1 is another kind of gin. Number 12 is Geneva, which is kind of gin that predates like distillation and stuff like that. Number 13 is Calvados, as you say. That's apple brandy. Number 14 is aged rum. 15 is bourbon, and 17 is Tennessee whiskey. Oh, I wonder what Tennessee whiskey is.
You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. That's a great song, that.
So, in June 2015, a headline in the Daily Telegraph newspaper reported, demand for Wimbledon Pimm's causes a cucumber boom.
That does not sound like a Telegraph headline at all. That sounds like
You know,
Sounds like a Sun or a Daily
I actually
Star headline.
really remember it as well.
Really?
Yeah, it went mental.
It says, with the UK Cucumber Growers Association predicting that more than 7 million cucumbers will be needed to meet the demand for Pimm's this summer.
So, Matt, you're saying you can remember that? Did that stretch as far as Circle and stuff then?
I just remember it being like crazy and like, yeah, we were struggling to like get cucumbers and stuff at one point. It was weird. And then like there was this massive thing about like why supermarkets are throwing away curly cucumbers and stuff like that. It was like a month solid on like cucumbers in the news. It's really weird.
That's bonkers, is that?
In 2004, Pimm's Winter Cup was launched. I remember when they brought out the Winter Cup.
I think I've tried the Winter Cup. Is it the apple one?
You
serve it with apple?
Yeah, it's just got a lot warmer spices that you might expect in that kind of time of year. And they do like a strawy one now, but that's like kind of they're a lot sweeter and there's less of like the indescribable taste of Pimm's, if you know what I mean. So there's only you can't really imitate the taste of it. But yeah,
I've just seen something which is quite interesting that the drink has also become really popular in New Orleans. So yes, it's really popular in London and the UK, but it's actually massive in the New Orleans as well. All
right. Does it say why or just because?
I'm trying to find it now. So on NewOrleans.com, it says the drink has become a New Orleans staple, especially during the hot summer months. Pimm's #1 is low in alcohol, and so the gin-based cocktail is lighter than other choices. I don't know, it just must be really popular. Here in New Orleans, this heavenly elixir is still just a thing for a hot day or evening. You can find it in bars and restaurants all over the city.
Nice. That is something that I do that like definitely points for Pimm's as well, because it's not strong. It's what 20, 25. It's 25%.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
You said you measured it 3 parts Pimm's to 1 part something on it. What did you say? 3 parts.
No,
Pimm's
all the way around. 1 part Pimm's, 3 part mixer.
Which apparently makes it about 7%.
So it's just like drinking a strong beer, but you could drink them all day. It makes it a nice week all day.
Yeah.
Session cocktail. Whereas normally there's like a thing about just like drinking the strongest thing you can all day, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I can see it being part of like New Orleans culture, because you quite often now over here have it with a barbecue, and a lot of their kind of cuisine is based around that kind of grill cooking and barbecue cooking and stuff, and gumbo and stuff like that. So I can imagine it accompanying that really nicely. Lovely, man. This has been my favourite one to make. So
hey, I think. Do you know what? I think it has been mine as well.
Just a nice little brunch cocktail today, isn't it?
It makes us super posh as well. So before we kind of round up, I've got a little history on actual James Pimm himself. So
nice.
A farmer's son from Kent began trading as a shellfishmonger in 1923 to 24 on London's Lombard Street before moving nearby to #3 Poultry. Also in the heart of the city of London, where he established the Pimm's Oyster Warehouse. It is here that he reputedly first served his cup punch in 1840. And yeah, it still says that it's established 1840. The drink is said to have sold as an aid to digestion with juniper on the gin, which Pimm's was originally based. Has long been valued for its medicinal qualities. Indeed, the history of gin is thought to date back to the 1100s, the monks infusing it with juniper. However, it could be that Pimm's is named after the bar which it was first served rather than the bar's original owner. and that now famous fruit punch was first served by Samuel Murray James Pimm's successor. So it could also, and that was in 1860, in a retail, taking out a retail liquor license for the Pimm's Oyster Bar. So yeah. So it might have been his son that actually coined.
It's interesting because I can't imagine drinking it with a fish meal as any sort of accompaniment to that. I don't think of eating it with like a shellfish meal or.
No.
I think like drinking culture's changed a lot, haven't you? Like,
yeah,
it's
true,
like,
true.
more like of a herbal thing. It will probably just drink on its own.
Yeah.
Like almost like a Jägermeister, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
drinks Jägermeister like it was originally supposed to be drank anymore.
Mm.
Whereas like if I were having an oyster, I'd probably have something. I'd have anything to take the taste of oysters away. So
you're not a fan.
Not a fan.
Oh, here you go. In 1865, the business was sold to Frederick Sawyer, and then in 1880, sold to Horatio David Davies, a wine merchant. And then he became Sir Horatio, and a member of Parliament between 1897 and 1898.
All that Pimm's.
Yeah, they loved it so much they thought, do you know what? You can run our country.
Yeah.
And it was he formed Pimm's into a private company in 1906, and it was controlled by a family trust for 57 years. Right.
That's crazy. Well, it didn't make its way over to Louisiana until 100 years after it was invented.
Oh, wow.
It's because they're like cold drinks and we didn't have any.
Yeah.
19. And it says there's a place in New Orleans which sells the second most Pimm's in the world. So obviously Wimbledon being the first.
Yeah.
And Napoleon House is one of the oldest buildings, and it's a great place to enjoy a Pimm's cup. The drink is so popular here that Brennan says the restaurant serves more than them anywhere else in the United States and second most in the world.
Wow.
Our most famous drink being served at a place named after one of our most famous enemies from history.
Yeah.
Napoleon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And then it says you can enjoy your Pimm's with the famous, I don't even know how to pronounce this, muffuletta.
Oh.
A muffuletta sandwich, which is muffuletta bread, mozzarella cheese, provolone cheese, Emmental cheese, olive salad, sliced ham, sliced mortadella ham, sliced Genoa salami, and very thinly sliced prosciutto. And then you wash it off with the Pimm's.
not oysters then.
No.
That's a hell of a sandwich, is that?
It looks
why are we not making that on the podcast? Why are we only making cocktails?
Honestly,
this isn't the Day Eaters podcast, Todd. It's the Day Drinkers.
Yes, but it's a garnish. We should be making muffuletta sandwiches.
It's not Bloody Mary. You can't just garnish it with like a full meal.
I need to find it so you can have a look. Hang on.
What's it called?
Yeah.
Munchulator.
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 On the toilet later, more like all that cheese in it.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Great stuff. I probably should make another one because it's only midday.
Well,
muffuletta. I found it. Yeah.
We've all had two, Will, so you might as well.
No, I'm good.
Here you go, Will. Bang that up.
Napoleon House muffulator.
See you later, muffulator.
What a name. So, the muffulator It sounds, you know, in American
We're,
Pie.
we're,
it's
we're
like,
probably butchering a language here. It's later, not later.
no, it's muffulator.
Muffulator.
Like it's like the Terminator, but the muffulator. It does look really good, actually.
It looks amazing. That olive salad in the middle looks cracking.
It does, yeah, because I could easily take out that ham and like that's still perfect.
Yeah, I like the way they've laid it actually as well. Where you get your bite of cheese and you I'm appreciating it.
Oh, we've got a little video.
Oh no, I can't handle a video. Started my diet today.
And honestly, I
the bread.
say enough about that muffalata.
No, it's not. No, he's saying it wrong. It's the muffulator. Bloody muffulator.
They've spelled it differently there to how they spelled it in the article.
Really bold flavors. 2 different kinds of cheeses and alpha, all sandwiched in this distinctive bread. Every entity that features muffalata does them a little differently, but there's one constant in muffalata is that olive salad.
What sets the Napoleon House muffalata apart from the rest is that they toast it just a little bit. So when it comes out, the meats and the cheeses are just a little melty and all going together.
And the exterior of the bread really crunchy and crisp, and the inside soft and tender. That's what makes the Napoleon House muffalata unique.
That looked so good.
Yeah.
I've ruined my day as that. We need to start monetizing these podcasts so we can go on a trip to New Orleans to try and muffulator.
Well, when me and Will are in Boston to go to the Cheers bar, we'll just have a quick flight down and we'll go get one.
Well, it's not. They might serve them elsewhere as well. We'll go. We'll walk into the Cheers bar in Boston and go. Do you know anyone that sells muffulator? And they'll be like, "What are you on about?"
I'm gonna do it on my trip to the Kentucky Derby to have my $1,000 mint julep.
Oh yeah, that's it. This is gonna be an expensive holiday.
And what you need to do is you need to get our podcast and like everything up first, so you can be like, "Look, we've really like promoted this, blah blah blah," and see if you can get one for free.
Yeah, give me gold for free.
Give me a big sandwich.
Oh yeah. I was on the mint julep cups. You were on the muffulator.
I were on the mint juleps.
No.
Right, guys. It looks so good.
I think that's us.
It's been a good one today.
Yeah. I've enjoyed it thoroughly.
I've learned a lot. I've laughed a lot, and I've spent time with my good friends. It's been a wholesome experience.
We're not going out on CBeebies, Will. And now it's time for bed.
It's time. It probably is after all them Pimms.
I only suggested it because I want to drink Pimms, but actually I've learned quite a bit today. Actually,
yeah, it's been good. So, Todd, where can we find more of you?
The usual spot, Todd Wilson Music on Facebook. Still doing the Facebook Live gigs every Sunday. Had some very questionable requests last night, including Push the Button by the Sugar Babes. And even with that, I still did a version of it. So come and give me your challenging requests.
Great.
What about you, Matt? Where can we find you?
So, obviously, check out the Copper Cows Instagram and Facebook page. Go on the online ordering system and get some Father's Day meals booked in. Because I tell you what, we had to extend our opening times last Sunday because it was just so popular. So just get it in and just get it in early. And the earlier, the better. And you're definitely guaranteed to get some good grub. And check out that Big Daddy burger as well because it looks amazing.
It does. Oozing with cheese. And the Big Willie, where can we find you, boy?
You can find me on Circle Lounge pretty much anywhere. So Circle Lounge on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and I think it's Circle Lounge HX1 on Twitter, but I don't do Twitter, so that's all that is like will be like shares of the other 3 platforms. So I was going to actually do another word for the Copper Cow, our sponsor, at the end, but Matt, I think you've topped it off by talking about how good the Big Daddy Burger is for Father's Day and how we're just selling out. So get your orders in early. Go onto the website, onto takeaway, select your time slot, get your food, and go and collect it.
And it's a nice one-way system, ordering system as well. So it's nice and social distanced. It's all nice and
brilliantly social distanced. Yeah. I went the other day. Yeah, very, very well done.
Right. Well, see you later, guys. Have a good one, and see you next week.
Ta-ra, ta-ra.
Bye-bye.